and welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. This is the Sacramento Report, and I'm Steve Swat. My guest this segment is Assemblyman Paul Fong from Cupertino in Silicon Valley. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You're a member of the Higher Education Committee in the State Assembly. I know you're carrying a number of bills regarding higher education. Let's talk about one of them first, which is an effort to increase or close a loophole on businesses, and that money would be used to help defray some of the rapidly growing tuition costs at CSU and UC.
They're called the middle class scholarship. It will close a loophole of out-of-state corporations getting a tax loophole of $1.2 billion, and we'll use that $1.2 billion to provide for middle class scholarships of those parents who earn under $150,000 who are not getting assistance right now.
Well, certainly higher education tuition is a major issue these days. As you know, UC tuition has more than doubled over the last 9 years, and CSU tuition nearly tripled.
Yes, 191% for the CSUs, 145% for the UCs. And this will provide for $8,200 reduction in fees for the UCs and $4,000 reduction in fees for the CSUs.
But this bill is controversial in that it does raise taxes or close a loophole for some out-of-state businesses.
Yeah, well, they're not going to get the benefits. They're not going to get the loophole of the $1.2 billion savings, and that $1.2 billion savings we'll use as middle-class scholarships to provide for relief for middle-class parents.
And that loophole, as you put it, is basically is the way they are taxed.
Right, the way the single sales tax factor, they get a benefit for the corporations.
While we're on the subject, I mean, Silicon Valley is your district. Obviously, these companies depend heavily on qualified employees, graduates of the University of California, for example, some of the top private schools, and CSU. And you know, what are they telling you about the quality of graduates these days?
Well, they're going to be 1 million graduates short by the year 2025. According to the Campaign for College Opportunity, and we need to provide a more educated workforce. Community colleges do a great job in educating people too, and they earn 86% more money after they get a community college degree.
This bill, though, is not without controversy, and the Republican side of the aisle has been against this bill and has voted against it all along the way. And they say that if you add a tax burden to some of these major companies that are out of state, then that will impair their ability to create jobs and hurt the very graduates from UC and CSU that you're trying to help.
Well, I think it's a tax loophole that they're benefiting from. This $1.2 billion will actually help the middle class scholarship, the middle class students, a lot more than the $1.2 billion in tax loopholes that the corporations are benefiting from.
In the minute that we have left, I want to talk about another bill that you're carrying, which I guess increases transparency on UC and CSU when it comes to raising tuition.
Raising fees, yeah. It will increase the tuition. They can increase in tuition anytime they wish, but they need to have a transparent and accountable process for students and parents. So I'm a parent. I'd like to have some planning process before they increase the fees, and some notification period and a public 6-month period before they increase the fees. So as a parent, I'm concerned about planning for the fee increases, and this will give me time to plan for the fee increases.
Of course, they would say that they don't have the time themselves. They have to make instantaneous decisions just about because of the way the legislature acts, for example, and the budget comes down.
Yeah, but you know, it'll give them enough time. They can increase the fees, just to give us 6-month notification so that we can plan for the fee increases.
All right, Paul Fong, member of the State Assembly from Cupertino, thanks for coming by. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. You can also watch this interview on YouTube and My Government on Demand. Thanks again.